What is going on, people? This video is actually a little bit something different than I usually do. This is actually, I guess you would call it like a little video for acceptance, I guess you want to call it. For those of you who don't know or haven't heard, Disney Plus is coming out. It's Disney's streaming service and such. And it's actually a little job opportunity, I guess, for a couple. I think they said it's like 5 people. I just watched a video, and pretty much reviews.org is hiring a few people to. It's pretty much like a Disney's dream job kind of deal, and you're gonna have to watch. It's gonna be tough. You're gonna have to sit down and watch 30 Disney movies in 30 days. I mean, it's very difficult. I understand some people might not be able to do it. Well, I mean, I guess some people might not have time and stuff. But anyway, what they're going to do is after you do reviews and such for the Disney movies and such and Disney Plus, they're going to give you $1,000 to do that. So not only do you have to really bear it and watch 30 Disney movies, but they're going to give you $1,000 to do it. So anyway, this review, I guess you would call it, is, like I said, a little maybe application or my entry into it. I don't even know what to call it. But anyway, to sign up, I'll leave the link to where anybody could sign up as well. But pretty much, they want you to make a video. They want you to talk about your favorite Disney movie, your all-time favorite Disney movie. There's a whole bunch of them. I mean, if you haven't seen my video of all my Disney movies, you can check that out too. But anyway, my favorite, if I had to sit down and choose, I have, my top 5. But out of those top 5, I think I mentioned it many a times before, but my favorite Disney movie is definitely one that maybe not many people have sat down to watch or heard of or would think would be, in the top 5. You have, your classics and such, the, Aladdins and Little Mermaids and Lion Kings and stuff like that. But my real love of Disney actually came from this movie here. And the only reason, well, maybe not the only reason, but it was one of the first movies, except for one that really isn't out anywhere for certain reasons. This was one of the first movies where I saw cartoon and people, like live action, meeting together. They actually did make a remake of this movie, but the movie that probably, if I had to sit down, out of every single movie in the Disney spectrum, I guess you want to call it, especially like the cartoons and stuff, maybe not the Marvel stuff, but if I had to sit down and choose the one movie that, is my favorite, that I enjoyed the most, it has to be Pete's Dragon. Pete's Dragon, like I said, was one of the first movies I sat down and watched where you get the cartoon where Elliot, the dragon in this movie, is full out cartoon. He's Pete's imaginary friend, or you would think, but he's a full out animated dragon. And then you get Pete and the rest of the people of Passamaquoddy. They're live action. So as a young kid, seeing the mix between, I was used to, even before all the cartoons. I mean, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was in the 60s and stuff, but I remember growing up to like The Parent Trap and Freaky Friday and stuff like that before Lindsay Lohan's Freaky Friday. But I used to watch all those live action shows, and then you'd have the cartoons. But this was one of the first ones that I remember seeing where cartoons and live actions met. So I thought that was one of the coolest things. And then, of course, Disney movies are known for their songs and such. The songs in this one I definitely enjoyed. Try saying Passamaquoddy when you're young. And it's just all over, a fun movie. Like I said, you have your imaginary friend, quote unquote, as a big dragon. You have, evil people trying to steal Pete back. He's pretty much there. At that point in time, he was doing everything for them. They're older people, but they're having this young kid do all the chores and stuff. So he is the first one to want to run away, and they're trying to get him back. He runs into, a lovely family and stuff like that. Overall, this movie, is, I think, had everything that I wanted as a child. I can go really deep into it, but, overall, it's just one of those movies. If you haven't seen it, like I said, not a lot of people have seen it, but they did make a remake of it. To tell you the truth, wasn't the same for me. It didn't hit me as much as the original one did. But, in essence, it's one of those movies where it kind of went under the radar. So maybe having the remake done opened people's eyes to this one, what I was hoping. But definitely this, if I had to choose, like I said, all the movies out of, there's plenty of them. I can list off a top 10 very quickly and very easily. But if I had to choose my favorite out of all of them, it would be Pete's Dragon. So, hopefully, like I said, I'll leave the link to, reviews.org so you can also enter into, have a chance of, it says Disney's dream job. If I could sit down, watch 30 Disney movies in 30 days and get paid $1,000 to do it, I wouldn't call it a job. So, hopefully this review kind of opens, the doors. Hopefully it's good enough to at least get me a crack at it. If not, it was fun talking about my favorite Disney movie, Pete's Dragon. So hopefully it works. Hopefully it was, like I said, it was a good review, and it's what everybody's looking for. But again, everybody, if you want to make $1,000 over a month and being able to watch Disney movies and check out Disney Plus and whatever, go ahead, check the description. And I guess until next time, I'll see you guys.